Hi, I'm Gary Mandel. We had a very good 2012, and I just wanted to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for your contributions. We do have some challenges going into 2013. We do have some focus areas, some strategies that we need to employ. It's going to take all of us to make 2013 a success.
Ethics is good business for all of us because it is who we are.
Well, being creative is an absolute essential for any business. We have to keep moving on and we have to keep developing.
We've got to apply everything that we're learning and continue to grow as an organization.
One of the key things that an individual can do for our safety program is to have the courage to speak up.
Jacobs is all about team. This is what we are. We have small teams and large teams all over the world. We're a global company.
My experience at Jacobs has been that everybody at Jacobs plays a role in growing the company.
The opportunities we have with our people, with our customers, with our company are unbounded. They are absolutely unlimited.
Last year, we saw the best safety performance in our company's 65-year history. Our client survey scores hit a record high. Our sales improved considerably. Our earnings went up significantly, and now more than 63,000 people are part of the Jacobs family. At Jacobs, everything we do begins with safety. And in 2012, we experienced the best safety performance in our history, with improvements in nearly every category we track. In both the office and field environments, we had fewer injuries per work hour that required our people to see a doctor. But we simply cannot be complacent. We must put more energy into keeping ourselves, our colleagues, and our subcontractors safe. It's disappointing that our subcontractor teams did not see any improvement in their safety record last year. We need to influence everyone we work with to spread our culture of caring. For example, through focused safety campaigns, we significantly reduce injuries in several areas. Areas of focus for 2013 include analysis of near misses and identifying early indicators of unsafe conditions to help prevent accidents before they happen. Another development for 2013 is the release of a powerful new safety video, which tells the story of a tragic incident involving a Jacobs employee.
We keep challenging ourselves to say we must go home safe at the end of the day. And I think we should demand that for ourselves, and we should demand it for each other. Have the conversation with your team, discuss what might go wrong and what things you need to put in place to stop it happening, and that conversation is the thing that's probably going to keep you safe.
Thank you for your continued commitment to Beyond Zero and our culture of caring. Our business continued to do well in 2012. Revenues, gross margins, and earnings all went up. Much of this success is due to the diversity of the markets in which we operate. And we grew in nearly all of them. We also continue to increase our backlog, which is the total amount of work that we have won but not yet executed. In addition, we have a strong balance sheet with substantial cash, allowing us to make strategic acquisitions. Acquisitions are important for us because they add new capabilities, new markets, and new geographies, as well as greater career opportunities for you. Last year, we made acquisitions across the globe that allow us to better serve our clients. Welcome to Jacobs. let's turn to last year's sales performance. We had strong sales, growing in nearly all of our markets. This put us on solid ground for continued growth in 2013 and 14. Congratulations to everyone. Our sales success is a direct result of the high quality of your work. This is a remarkable achievement in the face of challenging situations. It is also the result of our strong focus on our clients. By understanding their markets and the business issues they face, there are very few client needs that we cannot meet, and that was evident in 2012. Many of our client relationships are alliances or strategic partnerships. We have developed new tools to support our alliances, including Jacobs Synergy Plus and our new Alliance Leadership Guide, both accessible on JNet. Sustainability remains one of our most important concerns. In 2012, we produced our 4th sustainability report, which takes an in-depth look at how we are helping our clients meet their sustainability goals. For the first time, it was also released as an iPad app that can be downloaded for free from the iTunes Store. Take a look at the app and encourage your clients to do the same. Another development was the launch of Jacobs Sustainability Plus, a tool that tracks carbon savings resulting from your ideas on client projects. An increased focus on sustainability can make a lasting difference for our clients, our company, and our future. We continue to delight our clients. In 2012, our client satisfaction scores reached a new high of 91.6%. Jacobs Value Plus plays a big part in this continued success. Last year, you came up with nearly 4,000 creative ideas that reduced project and program costs. This saved our clients $3.2 billion, a remarkable achievement that we can all take great pride in. From the results, it's clear that our clients value the high-quality work that we do for them. And that's why over 90% of our business is repeat business. If we continue to deliver high-quality projects and generate more Value Plus ideas, then the results for 2013 will be even better. During 2012, the Jacobs family grew by over 3,000. Our growth has been worldwide, in places as diverse as South America, India, China, and Australia. In fact, nearly half of all of our employees are now located outside the United States. Recruiting new talent continued to be a priority and will be crucial to our success next year. Equally important to recruiting new staff is developing our existing talent, like you and your colleagues. We continued a number of employee development programs, including the Professional Women's Collaborative, which offers opportunities to build multinational networks and develop leadership skills. Our Jacobs Future Network grew to over 2,000 recent graduates across the globe. The program emphasizes career development, networking, and interacting with management. All of the results from 2012 are impressive, but none of them would have been achieved without you. Thanks for everything you do. You truly are our greatest asset.
Ethics is good business for all of us because it is who we are. You know, it defines us. It is our character. We face on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, many scenarios where if we don't continuously push and talk about integrity and ethics, it can be compromised, and we should not allow that.
I would say to someone that's thinking about making a decision that does not align with our ethical culture, to just stop and think about the impact that it will have on our company. It will have a significant impact on our core values. It could impact our growth potential, could impact our relationships, and most importantly, it could impact on our people.
We cannot continue growing relationships if our clients even foresee that we're unethical. We cannot continue growing with people, bringing in people into our organization if any employee compromises our ethics. Because if one of our employees, even one employee in our organization, be in Latin America, the United States, Asia, Europe, compromises our ethics, it can have devastating effects for the growth of our organization.
It isn't just the one single blow, that one huge ethical thing that can defeat the company or an individual. That can happen. It's often the 1,000 cuts. And in morality, it's just that little compromise here, the compromise there, the compromise here and there, which cumulatively change you and change the way people think of you and change the organization. Once you start getting on that road of compromise, the 1,000 cuts begin to bleed you. And so the key is, can we be as scrupulous about ethics, about honesty, about treating people with respect, about meeting our responsibility, as scrupulous about that as we will in any of our business ventures or in even the safety area?
I see safety and ethics as intricately linked. They're not explicitly stated in the core values, but they absolutely underpin our core values. If we're not an ethical company, if we're not a safe company, then we will not succeed in achieving our core values. One of the key things that an individual can do for our safety program is to have the courage to speak up. Sometimes we find that people have discomfort confronting or talking to people about safety. We want people to get beyond that discomfort, beyond the fear of intervening, beyond the silence, and to have the courage to speak up whenever they see some risky behaviour from their colleagues.
Having the courage to intervene when we see an accident, having the courage to be rejected if we see something that is not being done safe, is taking us further down that road to be incident and accident free. That is something that is fundamental relative to building a culture of caring, not only from being able to speak up to your own family members, but also to be able to speak up with a client, be able to speak up with your neighbor, that they might be doing something wrong.
So the key for getting people to speak up is for removing any obstacles or challenges or barriers that people may have to talking to one another about safety.
Not only does it rest on the individual that is intervening, but also on the other individual that's doing the unsafe act, for the individual to feel comfortable and accept the criticism or accept the intervention and say, thank you very much.
If we're always encouraging people, congratulating people, appreciating people that do have the courage to speak up, we'll get more people speaking up and helping improve our safety program. We rely a lot on our fellow colleagues and teammates to show new employees what they should be doing when they first come into our Jacobs family, in terms of our expectations around Beyond Zero and around improving our safety. So it's really about peer-on-peer accountability for safety. We will remain vulnerable in both safety and ethics if we are overconfident or complacent. So it's very important for everyone to stress the importance of doing the right thing all the time, continually.
We really need to have the same kind of commitment to build a learning organization that we have in making a safe operation. And the recent past is just full of examples of companies who were at the top of the heap. They were at the pinnacle of their success. They didn't adapt, they didn't learn, they didn't recognize that conditions were changing and they needed to change, and they've been left behind.
The key characteristics that I see of a learning organization is listening to your clients. The client market is changing so rapidly and so quickly with technology and advances that it's important for us to shift with our clients and really listen and understand where they're coming from, how they have to compete differently. Focusing on improving our project performance is the key. And I think drilling down on our work processes, the shortfalls in our work processes, and trying to figure out systematically how to eliminate and reduce those shortfalls so that we can improve our performance level.
We're never static. We're always looking at better ways to do things. Just because we do something a certain way doesn't mean we have to keep doing that same thing. To expect better results and not change how we do it really doesn't make sense. We have to be adaptable. Okay, you learn a lesson, you figure out a good way to do something in a specific area. We have to be creative enough to apply that to a related area. It's very much like the adjacencies that we talk about within our company. But we've got to be smart enough to recognize how we can take something from here and apply it over there. We don't need to have the people in Mumbai relearn a lesson that we learned in Cincinnati. So if we know how to share that information and disseminate it across the whole organization, we will work smarter, we will work more efficiently, and we will save money.
We are very good with sharing lessons learned, but as Craig Martin said, lessons learned we are not actually learning, we are only sharing it. By sending emails, by writing reports, we actually need to take actions on it. We need to have people talking to people going into project teams, talking to the project team members and sharing that experience so that everybody is aligned and really learn from it.
And really, then we've got to have that leadership commitment. We've got to have that support. We've got to have that making it a priority in what we do so that people recognize it's not just lip service. We really do need to do this.
A positive way to do that is to do an interactive planning workshop where the client, our own people, people in the previous projects all sit together and they share their experience and share the lessons learned, not just talk about it, but really looking at this particular project and see how you can use that experience and then apply to this particular job with all the objective, planning all aligned.
As far as the individual and their learning, you have to take ownership. You have to be proactive. You have to be the one who ensures that that learning, that career development is really happening, because ultimately it's about you. If you're not getting the information, if you're not getting the coaching that you need, don't be afraid to raise your hand. Don't be afraid to call the site manager, the general manager. We've got to make this part of our culture. So the leadership, the people who are actually in the trenches doing the work, we've both got to work together. We've got to apply everything that we're learning and continue to grow as an organization.
So you've always got to be in the mode of listening and learning, and I think that will take you a long way, and I think the company really supports that in a big way.
Everyone should be learning in Jacobs. No matter what you do, HR, finance, drafting, operation, you need to develop a plan, discuss with your line manager, with a timetable, and follow up with that.
Being creative is an absolute essential for any business. We have to keep moving on and we have to keep developing. And the best way to do that is by having great ideas and being able to bring these to the market, whether it be for our clients or whether it be for our staff. It just makes it a more exciting place to work and people will come stay with us.
Creativity often comes through the need to solve particular problems as opposed to moments of inspiration that are just genius.
Everybody's coming up with new ideas. Everybody's trying to serve the clients in a different way, and we have to have that edge.
Great ideas can come from anywhere in the organization. They can come from craft, they can come from support people. And to know that an organization encourages you to think out of the box, to work and think out of your comfort zone, to be willing to propose new ideas, to have those ideas challenged and to thoughtfully challenge the ideas of others.
So, I mean, when you challenge an idea, challenge it, but don't challenge the person, because you want them to do it again and again. So, we have to be grateful for somebody that comes in there and take the time and effort to try to articulate something that he thinks there's a value for it. You know, you might have 10,000 ideas, and maybe 10 of them might be fantastic ideas. So you want me to, I don't want to throw away the 3 that might propel us to the future. So you never know who's going to come up with the idea. That's why you always have to encourage that environment, that open environment that allows the debate, allows, the discussion.
So some advice to people who might have some ideas that they'd like to suggest or are looking for ways to approach presenting their ideas. The first thing is think it through. Know every aspect of it. Anticipate the questions that you're going to be asked, the challenges you're going to be given. This is a company of very bright, intuitive people. You will be asked tough questions if you have a good idea. I try and think of every question somebody might think of. And in particular, I think of the one question I don't want to be asked about my idea. And that's the one question I work on the hardest.
The key essential in creating and stimulating an environment where you've got creativity is giving it time. And of course, that's the biggest problem we have. Everybody is very busy. Everybody has a lot of pressures on them. And I think the key thing is that we actually have to go and make some time to focus on creativity.
Big, creative, audacious ideas, ideas that are emotionally compelling, strategically possible, help unify an organization, help identify goals that are achievable, help get people working as a group, as a team, and help break the barriers that bring a corporation or an organization to the next level of success.
Jacobs is all about team. This is what we are. We have small teams and large teams all over the world. We're a global company. We're integrated throughout many regions, many nationalities. I was in Calgary recently, and the world was in front of me. I saw people from all over the world working together.
We have a culture that helps a lot to be together and communicate together, and that's key to build up effective and engaged teams.
Yeah, well, an engaged team is one which jointly moves towards achieving a common shared objective, is passionate about both individual and team success, and the primary focus of which is adding value to the organization and to the client.
The first thing you have to find out from your client, and you need to know what they want and their requirements and where they want to head, and then you develop that team around that.
And don't be swayed by things such as, well, so-and-so may need to be billable. You need to find what are the best people, the best dynamics, the best people that are going to be able to deliver successfully for that client. And so to find that right balance, it's being able to have a broad network internally, to always be on the lookout outside for potential recruitments, but to begin with the client in mind first, and then to model ourselves to be able to form that team and form that appropriate solution for them.
So getting expertise from other offices is one of the key for our success, and it's what we do often, by the way. We provide the right people and we get right people from other countries.
Well, within Jacobs we've got the talent management system that HR has put together, and so that's an opportunity for every one of us to promote ourselves in terms of saying what are our capabilities, what are our desires to travel, What languages do we know? How would we like to grow? Sometimes we sit back and wait for others to define our career path, but that represents an opportunity for us to say, look, I'm ready to take it to the next step, and this is what I want to be a part of.
So we engage the team, we tell them and make sure that they are aligned, and I don't think you can ever do that enough. I think the reality is that throughout the whole cycle of the project, you've got to make sure your team are engaged and aligned, and otherwise you're not going to deliver that superior product that our clients demand.
There are 4 important elements of an engaged team. One is trust. Everybody should trust their team members. It should flow from the leadership and should be a mutual ingredient in all your day-to-day working. Second is empowerment. People should feel empowered of whatever task they are doing. You should not be telling them how to do it. Give them a bigger picture and give them enough freedom and space so that they are able to get it done their own way. Third is communication. It is very important. You communicate with your employees on a daily basis. Let them know the new stuff. Hear them out. There should not be any missing gaps which are realized later on. So it is very important you communicate with them on a regular basis. And fourth one is praise. Just a simple thank you could achieve wonders. Just give them a pat on the back and they'll be loyal to you, loyal to the organization, and be an asset to the company.
I think to give motivations, it's more than money is recognition. Recognition is great. Well, especially in Italy, I mean, we have plenty of enthusiastic people. And to tell them, hey guy, you did a good job, or drop them an email just internally like this, it's something I do very often. It's something that creates a very positive energy and helps a lot to achieve results.
We can't say thank you enough. In my career with Jacobs, I find that just a simple thank you or a pat on the back or just an expression of the superior service and their commitment that they've provided to not only that client but to Jacobs, it goes a long way.
My experience at Jacobs has been that everybody at Jacobs plays a role in growing the company.
It takes from the person in accounting to HR to the clerical person to the project manager, project director to the EVP. It takes all of us to make a successful project, and that's how we provide that value to our client.
I think one of our biggest competitive advantages in Jacobs is we are one Jacobs, and we really have a multitude of different aspects that we can draw from. We do petrochem, we do pulp and paper, we do all sorts of things. We even have rocket scientists. So that's even something we can tap into, and I think it's really leveraging that and then selling that whole comprehensive suite of services to our clients.
To support the One Jacobs philosophy, we really need to focus on the barriers that we perceive we have, and all of those barriers are actually within our own control. They relate to a narrow business mindset, to not having enough knowledge of our network and our capabilities around the company.
We talk a lot about adjacencies, and that's very critical to growing our market share. A perfect example is using a petrochem type client. They need infrastructure to get to their facilities, so it's tapping into the infrastructure side of our business and being able to leverage those services to bring to our client. They need roadways, they need facilities, they need buildings. It's really looking at the whole comprehensive suite of services that we can deliver to our clients.
You have the obligation really to find out what Jacobs has to offer around the world and in the different offices, and there's many places where you can find that information on JNet, through the networks. If you travel, make sure that when you're visiting other offices, see if you have some time to talk to the salespeople or the operations people in that office and understand their business so that you can apply that knowledge and that experience to your clients in your country.
Well, these are interesting times for our company as we have grown and diversified across the globe. We face new challenges, especially in the economic conditions that we have these days across the globe. The market is starting to come back, but it's coming back in different ways than we've expected in the past. So some of the ways that we can grow our company is, one, to obviously focus on our existing clients. It's easier to sell within our existing clients.
It's everybody's responsibility, but it's more important if you're working with a client. It's your responsibility to really know how to get to know that client, how to deliver the services he wants, how to really perfect that opportunity. You're there every day. It's that opportunity to see them and make that difference.
And I would say that the main contribution that everybody can do is when you work for a client or in a client office and environment is to really try and exceed the client's expectations. And this means, to me, listening to the clients and being proactive in responding to their needs rather than waiting for clients to ask for things.
We are only limited by the choices we make. And there's a world out there waiting for us to raise the bar in safety, in ethics, in industry leadership, in project performance. You pick it. It's in your hands. If you take what you've learned here and you go out and implement it, and we make a difference right now with our people and our customers and our company, the future is enormously bright. The opportunities we have with our people, with our customers, with our company are unbounded. They are absolutely unlimited. I mean, we're making a difference in the world every day, and we ought to be celebrating it. The things we do last. And that's not true for lots of other kinds of businesses and not necessarily for all other kinds of companies. I mean, it's a part of being a great company to be financially successful because you can't fund it otherwise. You can't afford it otherwise. So being financially great is certainly an important part of being great and a necessary condition for us. But for us, great is something more. Great is about things like Beyond Zero. Great is about setting a new standard of ethics in the industry. Great is about being the company the industry looks to for leadership. Great is about being the company that customers look to for world-class outcomes consistently. We can change the world. And I think that means we can be more than just a good company. I think it means that we're special today, but we can go beyond special. We can, each one of us, to go back to that choice, choose greatness for the company. Greatness is in our hands. Don't settle for less.